Hi there folks, and welcome to the What Solutions for this week's The Daily Rigour, issue number 313. So in our first story from the world of technology, Google's parent company Alphabet is to sadly cut 12,000 jobs, and this is 6% of Alphabet's worldwide workforce. So how many staff do Alphabet currently employ worldwide in total? Okay, so what we're told, we can set up a wee kind of model here. We're told that 6% of the workforce is 12,000, and the middle step, which is always quite handy, is to work out 1%. So if we divide 6% by 6, we'll get 1%. So if we divide 12,000 by 6, we'll get 2,000. Now to scale it up, we can get 100% of the workforce by multiplying the 1% by 100. So 2,000 multiplied by 100 gives us 200,000 staff. So on to the world of politics, and Rishi Sunak has been a bit of a naughty boy. He's received a £100 fine for not wearing a seatbelt in a moving car whilst filming a social media video. Something we should never be doing, definitely not, and quite right that he's punished for it. But I don't know if you know that actually passengers from the age of 14 and over can actually be fined as well for not wearing a seatbelt. So it's something to think about, other than the fact you should be wanting to keep yourself as safe as possible, of course. So the £100 fine could be waived for a driver if they take a £52 awareness course instead of paying the fine. So how much would they save by taking the course instead of paying the fine? So obviously we just have to take 52 away from 100 to get a total of £48 saved. I wouldn't recommend it though. What I would be recommending is wearing a seatbelt at all times. Okay, so on to our sports story, and this is a rather incredible story. So a farmer has actually made a montage of Lionel Messi by planting a specially designed cornfield, and look how it's turned out. It's apparently even visible from space. Anyway, it's a massive field, 124 acres in size. So we have to calculate the approximate area of the farmer's field in square meters. So if 1 acre is approximately equal to 4,047 square meters, then 124 acres is going to be 124 lots of this. So 501,828 meters squared. So we've now to write down an appropriate length and breadth for a rectangular field with this area. So obviously the area of a rectangle is length times breadth. So we need two numbers that are going to multiply together to give us 501,828. So the obvious ones would be 1 times 501,828, although that would probably be the most ridiculous looking rectangular field we've ever seen in our life. We could have 2 and 250,914, because of course it's an even number, so 2 will be a factor. And we can divide this by 2 to get the other factor. So they're the two that you could probably do without the least amount of thinking, but without actually considering what would make quite a good rectangular field. There's actually loads of factors, so if you wrote any one of these at all whatsoever, then you can also mark that off as a correct answer. So as you can see, that number's got loads of factor pairs. Okay, so on to our final story from the world of business. So there's a new bill going through Parliament, so that workers are guaranteed to receive the tips that they receive from customers tipping in a restaurant, because there's been some reports of some naughty bosses taking the tips and using them for themselves. Anyway, what we're asked to do first of all in part A here is we're asked to work out the subtotal for this food order in this restaurant bill. So if we add up these four prices, it comes to £31.40. Now if we're to calculate the service charge, which is 10%, to work out 10% we can divide by 10, because 10 goes into 100 10 times exactly, and that comes to £3.14. So what do we notice about this service charge? So of course, all the person seems to have ordered on this restaurant bill are different types of pies. Pi, of course, is a mathematical constant, which is 3.14 rounded to 2 decimal places. So the tip is pi rounded to 2 decimal places. Very well done if you managed to spot that. Anyway, folks, that was our What Solutions for this week. We hope you enjoyed solving these problems. Stay tuned for next week's edition, when we're going to be looking at more stories from the news of the week and the numbers behind them. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and bye for now.